How to get better looking video out of your iPhone. There's a way to do it. I'm going to show you how. 3D printing channel, and today we're going to be looking at the Filmicpro app and the remote control app that goes along with it that you can use to create better videos, whether you are outside shooting videos with your iPhone or doing something like this on the YouTube channel. Now, the iPhone camera, I'm running a 7 Plus, is an awesome camera. It does 4K. Maybe not the best, but you know, it's definitely respectable. There's actually a whole section of creators out there that do nothing but mobile photography and mobile videography, and some of them produce results that are just awesome. So in case you didn't watch my last video, real quick about the setup that I'm using with Filmicpro. I just have it on a Manfrotto tripod with an iPhone adapter, and I'm using the Yeti Blue Snowball microphone here. In order to use a USB microphone on your iPhone, you have to basically purchase the Apple camera kit, which is really just a female to lightning dongle, and that'll allow you to pipe the audio into your phone, and I'll show that to you when we go into the app. Now, the other thing I'm going to show you real quick while it's up and running is that it actually has a second app built into it, which is called Filmic Remote. And I use Filmic Remote on the iPad to start and stop the actual video. You can zoom in and zoom out using the app. You can just frame your shot. You can lock your focus. You can lock your white balance, lock your exposure, do all that stuff from another mobile device, an iPad or something like that, depending upon what you're using to shoot with. So this is really handy. It works okay. Sometimes it's a little buggy. You would have to have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled on each device in order for it to bring up your phone. You simply connect to it. It's a little laggy, but it works for what it is on the Filmicpro and right off of their website, but it's really dated. And when I downloaded the app about a month ago, I was a little bit confused because the interface and things that they were showing on those tutorials were not what I was seeing on the actual app itself. So I want to run you guys through the interface, show you how I am using it and how you can go ahead and use it for yourself and get better videos. So let's go to the screen recorder. Alright, now that I got everything set up here, the iOS screen recorder is a little buggy still. It didn't seem to like the microphone input that I was trying to set up, so I'm going to have to voice over this here. What you can see here is my Messy Bitch and airbrush booth, and this is the main Filmicpro recorder screen. Starting at the bottom right, your start and stop button, the little play button is your videos, the gear icon is where you do all your settings. Then you have all of your information, battery power, disk space, frame rate, what level you're shooting at there in the middle. Then you also have your auto exposure settings, autofocus settings, and the little color triangle of circles there is where you can actually set things like your white balance and some advanced color profile features that you can purchase, because people do use this as a real cinema type of app. There's awesome movies that have been recorded using this exact application. In the middle of your screen, you're going to see a circle, which is, I am moving around there, and that is basically what you would put on yourself to lock your exposure. and the square is a focus lock. If I click on the little color circle thing there, you can see it brings up your colors. I always just press that button there and turn it red and lock my white balance, so everything is good on that. Right next to that, you can press and lock your exposure on whatever you are setting, and you can really do some cool things with this if you're doing pan shots where it'll lock in the center and you can kind of pan around. Same thing with your focus. It will actually lock the focus on something that's, say, out or to the side of frame if it's further away, and whenever you bring the camera into center, it'll actually focus on that area. And sorry, I have the iPad on a tripod here, trying to click and do this, but there's just no way to show you anything without staring at a black screen. So here's the screen overlay. You see, this is what's different from the tutorials. The first is the resolution there, and you can see that you can change based on what kind of cameras are built into your device. You can change between all of the different flavors of video settings, and then you have below that the actual codec settings. The Filmic Extreme is what will give you the full 100 megabit per second recording. And above that, you can see where it says 16:9. You can actually press those buttons there, and it will automatically crop your shots to what you're looking at. Right next to that is the frame rate. Usually I'm shooting in 24 frames per second or 30 frames. If you're going to be doing slow motion type of stuff or action stuff, you might want to shoot in 60 or 120 frames per second, even though you will have to drop the resolution down like I just did there. And you can see that allowed me to change the frame rate up to 120, so that way I can do slow motions or fast motions, whatever. You can also do time lapses. This is pretty cool. I've been doing a lot of this time lapse stuff with my 3D printing and with my airbrushing. Usually when I'm doing something short and sweet with airbrushing, I'll do 1 or 2 seconds. The 3D prints, of course, I do about 10 seconds. The audio setting, you can see I had my blue snowball plugged in, but it didn't record. You can toggle through all of the different microphones that are built into your device. You also have the different audio quality settings below that. If you click on device, this is where you have your different things that you can do as far as automatically saving the camera roll, enabling and disabling the remote control, locking the orientation so you can walk around and move your iPad or phone around and not have it switch around on you. Stitch your recorded footage together so you could shoot some, press pause, shoot some, press pause, and it will automatically put those together for you into one long clip instead of doing multiple clips. Snap focus is for use with that remote control, so I can press the 1.4x, 1.8x, 2.3x, and it'll basically just go back and forth. Or you can turn that off and just focus exactly how much you want to. Preview active obviously is the screen, and tap to hide interface is self-explanatory. Presets, once you set up all your different presets, you can save them, so you can set up your time lapse, frame rates, and resolutions and save that. Audio settings, you can save all these configurations so that way you can easily just pop in and do what you want to do. The content management stuff, this is something I don't use. This is for pros that are out there making movies or shooting documentaries or whatever with this app. So it's there if you want to use it. Hardware is something that is not used really. They have special features built in if you have gear and different lenses and stuff that you can purchase directly from them. that will give you, I guess, more functionality with the app. They have a sync where you can log in and set up a cloud account, a community. Overview just shows you exactly what your settings are right now. There's a stabilization button there for phones like the iPhone 7 that has stabilization. There's the camera button, which I pressed, and it'll switch back and forth between whatever camera you have. Also, if you're using the iPhone 7, it will allow you to switch between the different lenses. This is obviously the light you can turn on. They call it torch, so it has 3 different brightening levels. You have grids to help you frame your shots, and down at the bottom there is the quick start tutorial guide. So again, this is just your basic interface that you would use, and you can just kind of move all your different focus and exposure rings around to lock in things. When you're good with your settings, you just start and stop the record button. Real easy to do. And let's take a look now at the actual preview screen, which you get by hitting the little play button down there next to the start and stop record. So when you hit the little play icon, it brings up the actual clips that you have shot. For example, here's one of my time lapses that you see at the beginning of my trailer, and you can cut, crop, do different changes and everything. You can press the little up and box arrow there so you can save the video, or if you're a Mac user like myself, you can hit the little airdrop and just airdrop everything between the Macs, iPhones, and all that cool stuff. This is just a video of the eclipse that I shot. You can barely see it right there. Of course, the clouds had to come in 15 minutes before, and they had to leave 15 minutes after. So that was a big bummer. But in a nutshell, guys, that's the app. You swipe back and forth on those clips to delete them if you want to. It's really awesome and easy to use. It's made, I think, a huge improvement to the channel. If you guys like what the videos look like now compared to what they were, let me know. Until then, hopefully this helps you, and maybe you guys want to try these apps out. Till then, we'll see you on the next video.